Oh hey, I didn't see you there. That's right, I'm hitting you with a back-to-back Snapchat cooking story today. Let's go.
Yeah, going back to back. I got the drink in me going back to back. Yeah, I'm going back to back.
Hey!
I don't wanna hear about the Sabbath.
Alright, tonight I'm making some pasta. I'm gonna be making a simple Bolognese meat sauce. Here we go. Now we're making this sauce from scratch, and I'm telling you, this sauce is gonna beat any sort of Prego, Ragu, Chef Boyardee. They ain't got nothing on this. I'm just kidding about that. I use that Prego stuff all the time when I'm like in a rush. But this sauce, it's gonna take some patience, some time, some love. But trust me, the work's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be good. Let's go. Alright, first things first, we're gonna start with our vegetables. We got some carrots, onion. I don't have celery, but I would also add celery and just chop it all up finely. Alright, so I got my pan here. You could also use a pot. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil, bring it up to like medium heat. So I added my carrots and my onions, and we're just gonna let it sweat at like low, medium heat. The goal is to develop flavors. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt just to get that moisture out of the onions, the carrots. Like I said, we're trying to develop flavors slowly. So this is the first layer of flavor. We're starting off with our vegetables, and we want to get a brown color on this. All right, so this has been going for like 5 minutes now, and as you can see, it's getting nice and golden. We're developing that flavor, but we're gonna keep going. Probably another 5 minutes. We want to get a nice, like darker brown color. I'm at pretty low heat right now. I'm on a gas stove. The goal is to caramelize and to brown this, not to burn it. Alright, this has been going for like 10 minutes now. It's nice and crispy, caramelized, sweated down. Next up is our meat. Alright, the meat I have here, I got half a pound of ground pork, half a pound of ground beef. Alright, so I moved the vegetables to the side. I'm going to hit it with a little bit more olive oil. Throw in our pork. Throw in our beef. Break it down. Keep breaking it down. I'm using a whisk here. I find it's easier to break apart the meat. And we're just going to stir it, get it brown, nice and brown. We're going to hit this up with some chopped up bacon as well. Get some nice like fat, salty flavor in there. So like I said, we're developing flavors, so we're going to go slow. Get some nice brownness on that. I'm going to add some bay leaves, some fresh oregano, as well as some rosemary that I got from our garden out there. We're going to add this in. Alright, we've been going for about like 10 minutes now with this meat. See all that brownness, all those crusty bits, crispy bits on the bottom. That's flavor. Next up, we got some tomato paste. Going like 2 tablespoons of that. Maybe 3 tablespoons actually. Just like the other ingredients, we want to get that brown. Mix it all up. Get a nice brown color on that. Pretty satisfied by the look and the flavor we got going on here. But you see all that those burnt bits on the bottom of the pan? That's all flavor. What we're going to do is we're going to deglaze our pan with some Cabernet, some red wine. All this red wine's the alcohol in it's going to evaporate. It's just going to leave a nice sweetness, tartness, complex flavors. We're also going to hit it with some beef stock, chicken stock, whatever, vegetable stock. And then lastly, we're going to hit it with some water. Just enough water to cover the meat. They say the wine you cook with is the wine you drink. Cheers. So we've been developing flavors this whole time. And now we're just going to bring it up to a simmer. And we want to reduce the water down. So we brought our sauce up to a simmer. And now it's just a reducing and adding game. So we're just going to reduce it down. Add more water, reduce it down, add more water. And by doing this, all the flavors are just going to develop. It's going to be a nice, complex, rich, hearty sauce. What I'm going to do is reduce the heat. I'm going to make it a calm simmer. And we're just going to cover it. So I'm just going to cover it. Probably leave it there for like an hour to like 2 hours. The longer the better. Yeah. Just make sure to check on it like every 15-20 minutes. If you need to add water, add some water. Just pay attention to it. So that was the hard part. Now it's just a waiting game. It's gonna take some time. I'm gonna go watch the Sounders. Where's my Sounders fans at? Come on, Seattle. So as you can see, it's been about 17, 20 minutes. And it's reduced down already. And I just realized that I forgot a super important ingredient. Garlic. So I was supposed to throw in garlic earlier when I was browning everything. So what I did is I just threw in some garlic powder. It's too late to throw in fresh garlic. I also took a taste of my sauce. I added some salt, some black pepper, and a little bit of white sugar. Just go by your taste. Hit it again with some water. Just enough to cover the meat. And cover it up. Another 30 minutes. Alright, this is my third time adding water now. It's been like an hour total. Make sure you pay attention. I almost burned it. So pay attention. Alright, number 4. I also added a little bit more seasoning. Keep tasting it.
Number 5.
I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. It's gonna give it a nice little sweet flavor, some spice. Just a little splash. Bit of sriracha for some kick. Alright, I've had this going for like 2 hours now on the simmer. I've reduced it, added like 8 or 9 times already. And I'm pretty satisfied by how it tastes, but make sure you taste it. If you want it sweeter, add some sugar. If you want it saltier, add some salt, add some spice. Just make it to your taste. So now I'm just gonna keep it on the simmer and I'm gonna go boil my pasta. The pasta I'm using tonight is Rigatoni. I just like the shape of it. It holds the meat and the sauce really well. But you could also use spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine. Traditionally, Bolognese is served with tagliatelle noodles. I would have used tagliatelle, but I couldn't find it at the store, so this will do. Alright, got my water boiling. Always salt your water when making pasta. Alright, so I got my pasta boiling. It says 9 minutes to al dente, so I'm only going to cook it for like 8.5 minutes. Alright, while I've been waiting for my pasta to boil, I've already reduced this like a couple times, so now I'm going to do one final reduce. I want to get the sauce nice and thick. Alright, my pasta's done, and here's my sauce. After 2 hours, it's nice and thick and hearty and rich, lots of flavor. I've drained my pasta, saved the pasta water. Now we're just going to combine everything. So I got my pasta in the bowl, so I'm just going to add some spoonfuls of my sauce into it. You want to get all the noodles coated. There's nothing worse than just like getting your noodles and just like dumping the sauce on it. I like to stir it all up. Also add a little bit of pasta water to it just to add to some thickness, and then a little bit of olive oil too. I'm gonna plate everything up, so I put it in my bowl. A little bit more sauce on the top. Hit it with some Parmesan cheese, you know. Lastly, just some parsley for garnish. There you go. That's it. Rigatoni with Bolognese sauce. Took a long time. Made with love. Try it out.